In Austin, many lawmakers are trying to make much-needed improvements to our state's failed foster care system as ordered by federal courts.
It is a complex network of agencies and nonprofits trying to house at-risk or endangered children. KCBD News Channel 11's Sydney Lowther looks at this effort from the Capitol to keep kids safer and closer to home.
In Lubbock this year, the Children's Advocacy Center of the South Plains is helping more than 2,000 children escape abuse and neglect.
Every 2 years, we go into session, and we go in there with our fingers crossed, knees bent, heads down, praying.
Child advocates like Jimmy Moore are short-staffed and overworked, causing a failed system to suffer even more. They have been asking for a change from lawmakers for years.
That the best outcome can be that there's more funding to take care of these kids.
Filing more than 100 new bills, legislators are planning to strengthen and expand their community-based care program. It was first introduced in 2017 to keep foster children closer to their homes while in state care.
This used to be a Department of Family Protective Services who would do it all.
Now it lies on the backs of the community.
What most people don't realize is that we fundraise sometimes more than half of what it takes to take care of kids.
The Texas House and Senate have set aside $128 million in their preliminary budgets to expand community-based care. Jimmy Moore says he hopes this session will give communities the resources they need to care for the state's most vulnerable population.
We're getting some of the highest of acuity of kids now that are coming through. We feel like there's not enough money in the state of Texas to take care of them.
The legislation plans to move into the next stage of the community-based care plan, 18 months after implementation for each region. That's when the state will evaluate foster homes and pay out incentives for high performers. Sydney Lowther, KCBD News Channel 11.